So hit that down the right side, should be a okay distance. So first things first, I'm gonna measure how far it is to the bunker on the right. I need to know the full story just so I can see if the juice is worth the squeeze. Whatever object you see that you want to know the distance to, this device will tell you. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to choose the right club for the right scenario. So if you guys have ever chosen a club, hit it pure, and it ended up being short or long, then I'm going to explain exactly what you did wrong and how to fix it next time you go out and play. So for those of you that actually don't know much about course strategy, a very useful tool that you guys should be carrying is called the rangefinder. It's a device that you hold, so whether you're on the tee box or you're standing on the fairway, whatever object you see that you want to know the distance to, this device will tell you. The one that I'm actually using in particular is called VISTAGET. I've been using this brand for a little while now, and I think it's very, very convenient. It'll tell you the distance to objects, whether you're shooting it uphill or downhill. It'll adjust the distances for you. It'll also have a magnetic feature, which I really like. You can hook it to the cart, you can hook it to your side, so that it's really easily accessible. It'll also change from yards to meters. So whatever unit of measure that you're comfortable with, you can easily change that. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually utilize this tool on the course and how you can actually implement it into your game so that the next time you're out there trying to figure out what club you're trying to hit, you're going to know exactly what club you got to hit, and you can be very confident in knowing that you're going to have the right distance. So I'm on the first tee. Now I'm going to show you guys on the screen what I'm facing. Okay, so you can kind of see some trouble in the distance, maybe a bunker, maybe a tree on the right. So I'm going to use the rangefinder here, the VISTAGET rangefinder, and shoot the distances to know how far those objects are so that I can plan accordingly, right? So that tree on the right, okay, if I shoot it, is 206 yards away. The bunker on the left is about 275 yards, okay? So if I choose a club, I want to make sure that if I use driver, if I hit it left, I have to make sure that I can either carry the bunker or make sure that it doesn't reach the bunker. So the safe play for me, I can easily get over that tree on the right. So I'm going to actually hit, not my driver really, I'm going to actually hit a wood kind of down the right side. So that's a comfortable one. I don't think I'm going to be able to carry that bunker on the left because to carry it, it's going to be over 300 yards. I'm just going to play more to the right side and then hopefully just try to avoid the left. So hit that down the right side, should be a okay distance. So the main point I'm going to try to make with this is when you're trying to plan out which club to choose, you should always use the tool to know how far the trouble is. Okay, if you know how far the trouble is off the tee or off your second shot, then you know what to avoid basically. Okay, second shot here, very standard. Okay, so if I just shoot the flag, I'm about 92 yards. Now there's not much trouble in front of the flag or left or right, okay, that I have to worry about, but pins at the front and it's very, very downwind. Okay, so if I pull up some grass and just drop it, you can see the blades of grass just going forward. So it's downwind with 92 yards. So it's going to play shorter than 92 yards. So I'm going to play this about 80, 85 yards instead. So it ended up maybe a little bit short, but it's, I think, just barely on the green. So I played it shorter than 92 and it actually ended up being okay. Okay, so second hole, we have a nice par 3 here. In front, you can kind of see that there's bunkers just short of the green. So I'm going to use my VISTAGET tool here, again, just to measure how far to carry the bunker. So I'm going to basically shoot the edge of the bunkers, just so I know the minimum distance that I need to get over those bunkers. Okay, so when I measure that, it is 143 yards to carry the edges of the bunkers. The pin itself, I'm going to measure the pin next. So to the flag, it's 175 yards. Okay, so that means if I hit it anywhere between 175 to 143, then I'll be safely over that bunker and a little bit on the green maybe, or just short. Okay, so that's kind of my minimum safe distance. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some grass. See it fly back behind me here. So I'm into the wind and it's pretty strong. It's probably more than a club. Okay, so if it's 175 to the flag, I'm gonna add maybe another 10 yards to that. So it's like 185 yards. My 185 yard club would be my 6-iron, like easy 6-iron. Okay, so I'm gonna hit that club, and that should allow me to safely get over the bunkers without any issue, and hopefully get pin high. It's pretty good. Pin high, just slightly right of the flag, but pretty good. So it looks like I was able to calculate pretty good distance. Just a quick thing for putting. Okay, so when I'm putting here, I want everyone to just take a look at things more. Okay, just takes like a few seconds. Get behind, take a look at your putt, just see how it's breaking. Okay, if you're not sure, quickly go to the opposite side. See, I'm looking at it from the opposite side. It gives you maybe a different angle to look at it. Then once you have the full story, you can see I'm using the line on the ball just to line it up, and whatever I think is the right line. And then I'm gonna take some practice swings just to get the right speed. Okay, so just a couple seconds there, and I have a better sense of the line and a better sense of the speed. And let's just see if I can actually make this putt or not. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you might not always make it, but at least knowing the line or the speed will give you the best chance possible. Hole number 3. So now this is like a slightly dogleg right par 4. Okay, so the only thing I'm really seeing are some maybe trees on the right side or along the right side, and there's obviously that bunker a little bit on the right side. So all I gotta do is, again, I'm just gonna shoot the distance to that bunker, just so I know how far you gotta carry it. But I know that it shouldn't be much of a problem. So to carry that bunker is only about 238 yards. Okay, so it's not really much of an issue for me. Now, if I were to go down the left, I kind of want to know the distance to those trees on the left. If I go just straight down the left and hit past the fairway, it's over 300 yards. It's about 330 yards. Okay, so even if I go straight down the left side, I should be fine. In my case, because I can easily carry the bunkers on the right, I'm just going to go down a little bit more down the right side. I can carry those trees no problem. So I'm just going to rip driver here. So I hit it a little bit more left than I wanted to, but it's still safely on the fairway, just over the bunkers. Okay, so for my second shot here, I've got about 135 yards. It's playing a little bit uphill and the wind is pretty strong in my face. So I'm gonna say that it's playing about 145 yards. So I'm gonna hit my easy 9-iron just to kind of keep it under the wind. And I know that the pin's at the back, so I don't want to go long here. I want to make sure that I play it short. So I'm gonna keep that in mind when I'm hitting this easy 9-iron. Salvage this, it's really downhill. So I took some practice swings just to pretend that I'm hitting it very softly. Even that is too much. Holy smokes, that's quick. One of the most frustrating things about this is that even though you might have the best plan possible and the best strategy possible, nothing makes up for just a bad hole. Okay, so I know it's super frustrating, but you still gotta make sure that you have the best strategy possible, because it does just improve your odds. So it's 140 yards. Wind's in the face again. Okay, I'm gonna go with the easy 9. Pin's at the front. So there's a bit of room past the pin. So I can hit beyond the flag, no problem, and still hit it on the green. The bunker is about 130 yards. Okay, so as long as I carry it 130, then I can be safe from going into that bunker. But I'm just gonna hit an easy 9. What the hell was that? Stop, stop, stop. A little bit hard. So this is a pretty big breaking pot. So I'm gonna try to play more break than usual so that I don't miss low. So for this one, pretty standard hole, dogleg left. It's only about 240 yards to carry those bunkers. I'm just gonna hit it down the left side, carry all the trees with my driver. My second shot on the fairway here. It's an uphill shot. I'm not too far away actually. So I shot my distance to the pin, which is about 100 yards. Okay, now I don't have to worry about this bunker. This bunker is literally like, it's only 50 yards in front of me. Okay, so that shouldn't be an issue. So it's 100 yards to the flag. There's nothing else in front of the green. There's no trouble right or left. So I'm just gonna hit my 58 degree. I know that if I play it fairly full, maybe like an 80% shot, it should get there. Again, no real trouble around, so I'm just gonna hit a standard shot. Okay, pretty good, pin high. There's a big ridge right in front of me going uphill. When I take a look at it, okay, from behind, get down and look, I can see that it goes up the hill and then right to left. So I'm gonna aim maybe 2 cups out right of the flag. When I'm taking my practice swings, I noticed that big ridge in front of me, so I'm gonna obviously hit it harder than what I think, but I'm really trying to gauge the speed here. That's kind of my priority. Let's see how I do. Okay, so what's good about that is like, yes, it actually broke more to the left than I thought, but it ended up pretty close. Okay, so I got the speed down on this one. And that's why my second putt right here is quite easy. Okay, for most people with that kind of a putt, they would either be really short and they'd be left with like a 10-footer like this, or they'd blast it way by and have another 10-footer coming back. Okay, so I know I quickly line up the ball, but my priority was to get that first putt as close to the hole as possible. I don't really care about the line much. The speed was most important. This is one of those risk-reward holes. Now, it's really valuable on these kind of holes where you're using a device like your rangefinder here to really measure out where all the trouble is, just so you know the full story about this hole. Okay, so I'm gonna measure the distance to the bunkers on the right, how far it is to the water, how far it is to carry the water, things like this, because I could either lay up to the right or I could actually even go for this green, but I need to know the full story just so I can see if the juice is worth the squeeze. So first things first, I'm gonna measure how far it is to the bunker on the right. Okay, so quickly, if I just shoot that bunker, it says about 185 yards to get into that right bunker. Okay, so now to get it, if I hit it straight left, how far do I need to go to hit it in the water? Okay, so the water is only about 210 yards if I go straight down the left side to just get it in the water. Okay, so if I hit it in the fairway, I would need to stay obviously left of that bunker, but I don't really need to hit it that far. I only need to hit it maybe 180 yards, and to the end of the fairway, the very end of the fairway, it's about 240 yards to the very end of the fairway. Okay, so if I want to lay up, I would probably hit it, for me, maybe a comfortable 6-iron, okay, about 200 yards. If I want to go for the green, okay, to carry the bunkers on the left, it's about, says from here, about 265 to carry the bunkers on the left. Okay, now for me, I don't really see much of an issue. I'm pretty confident to do that. Okay, so I'm probably gonna use my 2-iron or maybe a 3-wood. Okay, I'm kind of between clubs a little bit, but depending how I'm feeling, I'm probably gonna go for this green. Okay, so I'm also gonna tee the ball more so kind of on the right side, just because it gives me just a slightly better, you know, angle towards the flag on the left. I decided to go with my 3-wood. It's about 275. So I'm gonna hit like just a normal 3-wood down the left, and I think I can make it there. And I think that's pretty good. I think that went right at the flag, so we'll see. Looks like I went a little long. I got this little short-sided chip. Let's try and do my best here. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, okay. Mediocre. So let's just see if I can get a birdie here. Slight left to right putt. And doesn't break. Of course. Of course. Okay, hole 7. Bunkers on the right. It is 240 to carry the bunkers on the right. Okay, on the left bunker is 260 to carry that. Okay, so it's also a little bit downwind. Okay. So it's kind of going downwind pretty hard. So I'm gonna hit my 2-iron. I can get this comfortably over the left part of the bunkers. If I really wanted to, I guess I could hit driver and just blast everything. But I hit my 2-iron about 270 yards. So I feel pretty confident that I can get over this bunker knowing it's downwind. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. Probably during a tournament, I'd probably blast driver, but I just want to hit my 2-iron. Okay, right over the left side bunkers. Yep, got over pretty well. Okay, let's take a look here. So to the pin, it is 144 yards. Okay, so the pin seems to be on the far right side of the green. Okay, so I don't really need to go at the flag. I know that the landing area is quite small and I risk getting into that bunker if I don't hit it well. So middle of the green's where I'm looking at. There's no wind. So right now, that's my game plan. 144 yards, that's my pitching wedge, center of the green. Okay, so that's my plan. That pitching wedge, here we go. One thing to point out is whenever you're in doubt, okay, as to where to aim, you always just play to the middle, okay? It doesn't matter where the pin is. If you're ever in doubt, play to the center of the green always, okay? That's like just your biggest landing area possible. I don't know if you guys can see, but it does slope a lot from my point of view, like right to left. Okay, so remember I already stood back behind it here just to see the slope. And while walking to the ball, I saw the break on the opposite side as well. But again, because it's a long putt, my priority is the speed. Okay, so it's up the slope as well. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to get the pace correct more than anything. So I'm taking some practice swings as usual. I'm looking at it while I'm taking practice strokes. I think it might have gone in. Just slightly short, but again, I'm close enough to where my next putt's pretty easy. You can just tap it in. And I always advise the very first putt is probably your most important one, okay? So if you can get your first putt really close, then that takes off pressure for the next putt, right? You won't have a long putt for your par save or things like that. So really focus on the speed on your first putt. Okay, so just a quick recap. After just a few holes, we weren't able to play the 9th hole. It was closed, but I hope you guys learned something from kind of me explaining my shots and the reasoning behind me choosing my clubs. But again, if you guys don't have something like this, like a rangefinder, I would highly recommend VISTAGET. I will leave a link in the description box for you to check out the details of this if you want to purchase one. Having a rangefinder in general is going to give you the ability to choose or to shoot any object on the course, just so you know exactly how far things are away. And if you know your distances, then it's easy to plan things around the course. Again, if you enjoyed this video, give this video a like. And if you want to see more golf content in the future, then please subscribe. If you have any other questions, leave a comment down below. See you guys next time.